welcome back. And if you tuned in late today, we're talking about travel and using your time and your money wisely. And I have a very, very excellent expert right here. And Linda Young is here, and she owns Young Travel. And she has literally been all over the world, and you've had many years traveling experience to help other people.
Yes, Peggy, that's right.
So now, what do you want to talk about adventure travel?
Yes, let's talk about adventure travel. That's one of the things that we specialize in. We have adventure travel all over the world. You can go watch the polar bears in northern Canada. You can go to the Amazon and see the animals in the trees and on the banks and in the water. You can do Alaska. I'm saying all over the world, and I'm naming more close places, but Alaska, for instance. Most people think about doing a cruise in Alaska and just getting on a traditional boat and doing just really calm things. You can get in small boats and go out and look for whales. And you can go look for bears. You can go watch the bears fishing for salmon in the creeks. That's a type of adventure cruise that you can do with some companies. We have quite a few actually that do all kinds of fun things. There's one company that I've been following that's in Mongolia, and you can go there and go horseback riding all through Mongolia. And I know that most people don't know much about Mongolia, but
That is adventure travel.
yeah, I've been talking to them and looking at their videos. We have a seminar every year that we go to at our consortium, and it just
these
looks
are sort of
fascinating.
What are some of the in places that people, that are going now? I mean, there's kind of a fad with everybody goes one place and then that fades away, and then there's another place that's. What are some of the in places that people want to go now?
Well, Italy is usually at the top of every list of in places. That just seems to be the favorite. France falls in there. This year, England. Everybody comes in our door and says, I want to go to England, and I want you to plan custom tours for me all over England. That is the hit place this year. We're still getting requests for Alaska and for Africa, and Greece and Turkey is always a favorite. Istanbul, people are shying away from Istanbul a little bit because of the problems they've had there. But other parts of Turkey and Greece.
And what about here
favorites.
in our own country?
In our own country, we have a lot of people who go to the national parks. They just are a big hit.
And that's a great adventure for families.
Yes, and I've got a lot of families too that go to some of these ranches out west. We've got some really neat ranches where they can ride horses, and they're not far from the national parks either, so they can do all kinds of adventure things. Like on a dude ranch, that's the type thing it is. And then they can also go visit the national parks too. So that's a lot of fun.
So there's no end to it's just whatever appeals to a person. It's out there.
Yeah, we're in a consortium called Virtuoso, and we have member agencies all over the world. Virtuoso has, we don't have that many members in the United States, but we have members all over the world. Everyone is a member by invitation only.
Oh, my.
And we have cruise lines, tour companies, these adventure companies that I'm talking about, they're all invitation only members, everybody in the Virtuoso Consortium. And we can call on these member agencies in Turkey, France, Greece, England, to help us do tours for them when we have clients come into their countries.
So when you talk about being a member, you're not talking about an individual, you're talking about you as a travel agent, as a provider. You are a member of that. So you represent people who come to you.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And our clients get these publications every month. This Virtuoso Life has won Best Travel Magazine over all travel magazines. And I'm talking about Condé Nast and Travel and Leisure. This has been voted best magazine. And we send these to our clients. So when you become our client, you also become a recipient of this great travel magazine. We also publish our hotel guide. We have hotels all over the world that are members of Virtuoso, and they're in this book, The Best of the Best, because these are the best hotels in the whole world who are members of our Virtuoso consortium. So they are represented here.
You know, many people mistakenly think that if you go to somebody like you, a travel expert, a travel agent, that it costs them more money. And actually, you have the expertise and you know where the bargains are.
Well, with the hotels, for instance, every hotel in this book is going to offer complimentary breakfast, and also they're going to offer an upgrade upon availability. Both of those things are worth a whole lot of money. Very, very valuable assets. They offer other amenities as well, but those two are constant. Every hotel has to offer free breakfast and an upgrade upon availability. That means if the hotel is not full, then they should offer for Virtuoso clients an upgrade. And they also give them a big VIP welcome, really big VIP clients.
That's wonderful.
You can't VIP yourself.
It pays to work with an expert because
Yes,
you
save
end
them.
up saving time and money. There's nothing worse than going someplace and spending your money and standing on the street corner and say, well, what am I going to do now? Pre-planning is the secret.
And that's what we like to do with our clients is we're saving the money virtually the whole time they're traveling because we are trying to determine what it is they want to spend their money on and steering them toward those things so they're not wasting their money on things unnecessarily that they don't need to spend it on. We're helping them discern what are the things that are important to them.
What about travel as a family? I mean, you know, it's hard to believe. I don't know about you, I haven't gotten over Christmas, and here it is time to think about school will be out. And when people are thinking about the summer, vacation travel, what are some of the ways that you're helping people and some of the places that people can go with a family?
Well, a lot of people go to the Caribbean. A lot of families like to go to the Caribbean in the summer. And so we always have a really big Caribbean business in the summertime. So we've got several places that we think are very family-friendly that we send families to in the summertime.
Because that's important. To plan ahead means a lot.
Planning ahead is so important because then we can get people in the places that suit them best, and we can get them the room categories that work the best for their family. They're just one thing after another falls into planning ahead.
And you do the whole thing, the airline reservations or the train or whatever's involved.
Yes, absolutely. We do everything. Yes, and we can also custom design every single day of the trip if they want us to.
That's fabulous. Yeah. And as I say, many people think that going to a travel agent costs more money, and actually you end up saving money for people.
Yes, that's right, Peggy, because of the customized way that we plan and the way that we look at all of their cost and save money on Virtuoso hotels and all the different aspects of the trip. We are always looking for ways to help them save their money so they will not be spending anything on needless things.
Now, you know, everything kind of goes in and out of style, so to speak. And there are some places that seem to be more popular at certain times. What are some of the places that people are trying to go now? Thinking about, you know, into the summer and what's coming. What are some of the places that are really in?
You know, we've had a lot of requests recently for wineries, even in California and Oregon.
Really?
Yes. So we do a lot of those. We also do wine trips. We have the top wine store here in Greenville. We do trips with, and have been for many, many years.
Where they go to the vineyards and...
Exactly. So they go to a different country every year, France, Italy, Spain, and go to vineyards and stay in that area and see the sights in that area. It's a combination. It's not just vineyards, but it's a combination trip with sightseeing and the vineyards, and gourmet meals is also a big part of that. And so the supplier that does those trips also helps us plan other trips for
Are
our
there
other
any
clients.
bargains out there?
Well, it depends. You know, everybody has a different idea of what a bargain is.
Okay.
So, and again, that's our job, to find out what is that client's idea of a bargain and help him find it.
So you try to sit down with your client and say, what are your interests? What are the things you really want to see?
Yes. We make appointments with our clients, and we sit down and we talk to them and we plan with them, and then we come back to them with a written plan.
Well, what about a pre-planned itinerary that, you know, companies have?
Yes,
Like
there's
a
one
tour,
there's
tour.
one tour company in particular that we do that with, that we've had really good satisfaction with, that does a very good job with our clients, and they have pre-planned itineraries.
And traveling as a family. And people say, oh, I would never want to do that. But when the years go by and those children are grown, they remember the things that they did, and it's a priceless adventure.
Absolutely, yes.
And of course, there are places right here in the good old USA
Yes.
that we don't want to leave out.
Yes, yes, yes. There's some really good trips, like to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
and New York,
And of course, the Grand Canyon.
and out west.
Yeah.
Lots of really good trips out west.
Well, don't limit yourself. If you think maybe you want to take a trip, let it be the trip of a lifetime, and get yourself an expert to help you so that you don't waste time and money when you get there, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what Linda Young, she is an expert, and that's what you do to help people before they go.
That's right.
And you can save money in the long run. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us. Linda Young, who is owner of Young Travel here in Greenville, South Carolina. Thank you for coming. And well, wherever you are,
My pleasure.
good traveling ahead. Summer's coming and we have to get ready. We'll see you next time.